Okay, what's up YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick. So this won't be, I'll try my best not to make it a beef and drama video, but I'm going to talk about why I cut ties with Kadeem Theking and John Weston. So let's start with Kadeem Theking. Me and Kadeem Theking had back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Cool, not cool, cool, not cool. I think it's best if me and him just, he goes that way, I go this way. But because we've always had problems. And the thing with Kadeem Theking, the reason I had cut ties with him is because this year he was having a lot of things said about him. People were saying this, people were saying that about his name. And he felt like me and some other people that were cool with him, basically we didn't speak out enough about it when people that we were cool with said stuff about Kadeem Theking, but only the people we didn't like said something about Kadeem Theking. And he referred to that as cowardly, including me. And I found that disrespectful. And back when he said that, I asked for an apology, never apologized for it. And I have history and struggle of being a people pleaser. That's something I'm trying to undo. So this was somewhat recently that I cut ties with him. I did what I should have did back when this happened. And basically, I did try to take up for him, which is another thing that makes it disrespectful. I made a video called A Message to the Spear Gold Community, where I was trying to be neutral, speak on Kadeem's side, speak on the community side, and I was one of the only people that did that. I got on a private StreamYard call with Umbrella Robster and a lot of other people that didn't like Kadeem Theking and tried to have them make peace with Kadeem Theking. I even said on a live stream or two, hey, it's messed up that Kadeem Theking got doxxed. So I spoke out on his behalf, but yet what I did was cowardly, which I don't understand, And just certain other things, like I remember when I did that video, Gifts from Larry the Batman Fan, when I cut ties with him and I did that Gifts video, and he basically said that, he said you look really bad and this and that doing this video. And he tried to pass certain stuff like that off as criticism, but what if it was just more than that? I don't know. But that's why I cut ties with Kadeem Theking. Because a friend is not supposed to tell another friend what you're doing is cowardly. It's disrespectful. That's not cool in friendships. So that's why I cut ties with Kadeem Theking. Now I'm going to talk about why I cut ties with John Weston. So John Weston is kind of a newer part of this whole YouTube community. He came around with the Larry the Batman Fan stuff. And I always had kind of I would say neutral, like we never became friends, but I talked to him here and there. But there's just things over time that have made me eventually just want to cut ties with him. Because here's the thing with John Weston. After a while, like kind of number one, the only thing we would talk about a lot of times would be something to do with Larry the Batman Fan. Number two, more than once, there was some tension between us about things that I didn't think was fair for there to be tension. Like, he said that, like, I remember when I decided to still be cool with Larry at one point, he blocked me over it, which I don't agree with that, I feel like you can disagree with a friend's decision, but I don't know, because sometimes people have to figure out things on their own. You tell someone more something about something, sometimes they have to find on their own. That's what I had to do with Larry. But with John Weston, he blocked me over that. And then he unblocked me, we talked, and he basically said that, one of the reasons he blocked me is because I was deciding to be cool with how do I say this? And, PDF file, basically. He referred to Larry the Batman Fan as a PDF file. And this is something that's been said about him a lot. I'm not going to take a stance on it because for stuff like that, you got to have evidence. And like one of my friends on here said, if you go spewing stuff like that without some evidence, you could be sued for defamation or other things. So I'm not going to take a stance on that because it has been confirmed or denied. So, but for him to say that and assume it's true without some evidence, which is something, and then what else did John Weston do? He basically, it was almost like, but the thing is, when he cut ties with me, right, for being cool with Larry, who he refers to as a PDF file, I didn't know about those allegations at the time, so it didn't seem fair. It's like how is something a issue of me if I didn't even know that happened at the time? So that's another thing. But then, you know, it was also recently, right? He just seemed disrespectful to me as well. Like, he had sent me this video saying, I thought you and Larry, I thought you know, it's almost like more than once. It reminded me of this other guy online at one point. It's like more than once he was questioning, you know, I hope you still had cut ties with Larry. It's like, I don't got to prove myself to you. If I cut ties with someone and say it on YouTube, then it's final, right? And you know, it was like more than once he was still wondering if I was, you know, cool with Larry or I stayed cut ties with him. And I remember he accused me of still being cool with him again. And he says, I knew you would go back to it. And it's just like, how can you assume that on me? Like, you don't trust me or something? Because he sent me a collab video that me and Larry the Batman fan did before we cut ties. And I'm just like, dude, this video came out before we cut ties. You can't throw this against me. And after that whole, even when we cleared up, he didn't apologize for it or say, oh, my bad, man, I didn't mean to. You know, he didn't apologize for that. And it's like, wow, this guy is just disrespectful, rude. So I ended up blocking him, you know, and I cut ties with him as well, you know. It just, and something else I didn't get about John Weston is that he would, you know, it's clear he didn't like Larry the Batman fan and didn't, you know, really want to anything to do with him, but from what he told me, he still talked to him, which I don't understand that. But, and it's like, if Larry is a PDF file like you claim, then why are you talking to him? Like, I don't know. I don't get John Weston. But yeah, that's why I cut ties with these two individuals. I'm too lazy to get the voice messages and all that shit. I'm just gonna put this up so people know why it is I did what I did. You know, I'm not really in that age anymore where I want to do like beef drama videos where, you know, that's why I didn't try to go the route of like bashing these two or talking crazy like I did in my old Mr. Beef videos, because I just don't care to do that stuff anymore. You know, it's a waste of time, it's poison, it's toxic. But explanation videos like this, I don't really deem them as drama and beef, though people can let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's it for this video. Peace out.